VO101. Ripped. Welcome to another VO101 here inside the Actors Studio. And today I am with...
Ta-da!
Hi!
Cristina, and how do you pronounce your last name again?
I say Milizia.
Do you not know how to pronounce it yourself? Or you just... That's the way you like to say it?
I blame my husband. When I first got to know him, he said Matt Milizia on his phone reading. It said, "You've reached the phone of Matt Milizia."
So you say, this sounds like Siri's fault.
Right, but his father says it's Milizia because it's only one Z as opposed to two. So we have an ongoing family feud about it. But I like Milizia. I think it's sparkly.
You've created controversy.
Yes.
So a little bit of your background. Like, what are the things people would know you for? I know one, but I like to let you tell it.
Well, people know me for my role of Annie in League of Legends. That's probably the most popular one.
LOL, baby, what?
I also do Amumu and Nunu the Yeti Rider.
And Annie sounds like this. Do you want to play too? It'll be fun. So that's what she sounds like.
Amumu is really sad all the time, and he just, come play with me. Let's find some friends.
It sounds like Raven's like sibling.
Yeah, he's just really sad, and he wants hugs and stuff, and he's creepy. He's like, "Let me give you a hug." Super scary.
Are you allowed to talk about the upcoming thing that you're going to be in?
Upcoming thing. Oh,
yes,
a couple of things. So, I am doing a thing for Disney Junior, Doc Mcstuffins, but that should be coming out in the next couple months. So I'm super excited about that.
She's going to get to work with Jess Harnell and all these cool people.
I do. I was in the studio the other day, and Rob Paulson came out before me, and I just lost it. I think it was Rob Paulson. I was like, super excited.
Mr. Paulson, I love you. Yeah, I've had those moments.
Yeah.
I've kind of tried to get over those moments.
I try not to fangirl out too badly, but I totally.
You did a little bit of VO Buzz Weekly's 200th.
I did. I did with D. Bradley Baker, because I
didn't get to meet him in person. Well, I met him at Comic-Con, but I didn't get to meet him in person at that thing.
Yeah.
But I did get to meet Jim Cummings, and I've always wanted to meet him.
I didn't meet Jim Cummings, so...
we'll switch.
Well, I love creature sound effects, and that's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah, so I've been working on that because I want to do a creature demo next.
Yeah, you know what? They asked me for a creature demo, and I'd never heard of that before. Apparently, that is a thing voice actors should be able to have if they can do it.
Yep. So I'm working on mine.
You're working on one, cool.
We could both do one. Doing that in a baby demo soon as
well.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, that's one of those things where I learned to scream in my sleep. Like,
yeah.
Anyways. So how did you get from where you were? Where were you, and then how did you get here?
I started when I was 8 years old. My mom was trying to get into voice acting because both my parents are professional musicians and singers.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So they both sang. My dad has a master's in voice, and my mom just finished her doctorate in vocal performance. I
didn't even know you could get degrees for those things.
You can.
That's cool.
It's a whole vocal world.
Can you get an honorary degree?
Nerdum. Yeah, I grew up with it, and so I just years and years of being told vocal training because I did voiceovers since I was very young.
They programmed her for birth.
They did.
She was trained as a child star.
It was sort of annoying. Well, it was sort of like, I'd be like, la la, singing around the house, and my mom would be like, drop your jaw. Feel the space in the resonance chamber.
I guarantee you that she's going to use that as a character for something one day because every voice actor ends up doing their parents for something.
I use my mother all the time. I use her for anything with flair, anything dramatic. But yeah, so that's, I grew up with a lot of vocal technique, and since I did a lot of voiceover, I got called in for it a lot because I am bilingual and I sing.
Wow, what other language?
Spanish.
You get a little taste?
No, si hablo español, de verdad. No, de verdad.
Si
hablo
Sofía Vergara, that's what she's saying right now?
Hablo español. Mi mamá se crió en México, mi papá es peruano.
You just cussed me out just now, didn't you?
Yes, it's terrible. I said that where my parents were from, so we.
Let's see. I've been considering getting Rosetta Stone and learning how to do the voices that I can do in Spanish and like French to start, and eventually maybe Japanese. But I know that takes so much time.
It's hard. I take Spanish. I regularly work on my Spanish because the intonation in the two different languages.
My mother was a grammar teacher. Putting the adjectives after the nouns makes me crazy. I did so bad in Spanish class, D's and F's. I'm like, I'm such a good student. Why is this so hard for me?
Well, and it's just the melodies are very different, especially in commercial copy. So, I work on that all the time, but it is a huge seller.
It's got to be a big benefit in your favor, though, right?
It is a huge benefit, and it's most of the time, an agency or casting director will be like, oh, she speaks Spanish too? Okay, great. So it's just convenient. And then if you can sing as well, then that's convenient.
I preach this all the time to the people watching these videos, especially how much music training and music theory is important in this business. It's just as much as improv is.
Yep. Your ear.
So, how about a funny story from a job?
From a job?
Yeah, from any job. It could even be an audition, but there's got to be some funny stories in here somewhere.
I've had two that stand out. One was actually an on-camera audition, and I would hate to see the tape of it ever, because I know it's somewhere.
I just recently did one, and terrified. And I was like, give me a microphone any day. Don't put a camera in front of my face.
I don't do on camera anymore, but I was asked to do a deaf accent, but in an Ebonics accent. They asked me to do an Ebonics,
an African American
deaf accent,
deaf person,
and I was like
Def Jam or just.
And I said, well, if she's deaf, how is she gonna have an Ebonics kind of? And this was literally, and this was back when Ebonics was a term.
The camera because I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
But sort of African American accent. But at the time, it was called Ebonics because we all remember that whole Ebonics thing at the time. So that's what they said to me.
Well, John Ebonics work for me. I'm Tracy Morgan and I'm pregnant.
So they asked me to do that, and I said, well, how am I, if she can't hear it, how is she having an African American accent? They were like, just make it ethnic, just make it urban. And I did my best, but I remember just thinking, oh my God, here we go. I can't believe I'm doing this. And I did it, but it was literally just one of those, this is so weird. The other one was I had to do a throwing up toy.
That sounds interesting. I never really thought of that as a job, but oh man.
It was an app or a game of some kind for 8-year-old boys, and so the whole thing was about farting and burping, and so they got all these nasty burping sounds.
I swear, I think I know which toy you're talking about.
So I had to go in and just do and then they'd add this nasty splash. At the end, it's so gross. And I felt so ill by the end of it.
Because I tell you, because from doing this kind of stuff before, you can. When you're faking that and you have to do it, you can make yourself sick.
You can. It's true. You feel. You do if you get into if you're in the physicality of it and you're really doing it all out. And all of a sudden you really
feel it coming. You're like, "Oop, this is not going to be faked anymore."
Any great voice actor, character a lot, obviously, but it probably in every genre. If you're really working hard, you will come out of there just sweating. And I'm always starving afterwards.
Produced in association with Huge Nerd Network. Click here for more VO101. Click here for more epic voice reviews. Click here to subscribe.